Hello. What do we have over here? It looks good here, not there. Hold on, fix my life over here. Alright, so today what we're going to be doing is psychic readings. You guys guessed it. If you want a reading, all you have to do is send a donation. We'll be doing donation-based readings as well as giving prophecies. My new guests just arrived. Super excited about them. This one they look like. I'm going to be getting a new set pretty soon. But for now, this is what we're working with, and this is what I'll be doing my readings with, along with this foil tarot that I have. It's all gold over here. Gold and black. Royal. Real royal. I'll show y'all these. That's a card? Oh, okay. These are just like intro cards, so I leave them in there and work with my deck. This is a gold foil deck that I like to use. Let me put y'all a little bit more over here. It's hard. Hold on. I got y'all. Hold on. Because you can't be in the way too at the same time. Alright. So these are the gold foil cards that I got. Absolutely love them. And I got these because they are really helpful when you're doing like readings and you're in public. People can hold the cards. You don't have to worry about their taco fingers or whatever they got going on messing your cards up. You just wipe them off. So this is my ride or die deck. And then this is heavy because I've been getting a lot of messages. I was told just to kind of be still and wait, and so that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing, just kind of focusing on other things. And now I'm being called back into action. I'm so excited about it. I'm trying to get a better frame here so I can be more centered. Okay, that's better. But yeah, I'm excited about it. Hold on. Welcome. And so, yeah, a lot of people have seen the changes that are happening spiritually around the world, that things aren't quite the way we may have imagined or seen them. And I think the worst part is that it's really like the average person, it's really nothing that we can do about the situation. We're being ran by people who are just like not caring about the unity of the planet and things of that nature. And that's why it's failing. That's why the ocean currents are reversing. I've been telling y'all for a while something was wrong. The animals were in the ocean crying to you guys, and you euthanized them. Like, if you want to die, let me help you. Y'all ain't right for real. And so, let me see. Hi. We are going to answer some questions that some of you guys submitted, as well as do some questions live. And we're going to look through, I don't know because we're kind of structuring this. So at this point, I don't want to daily or every time I come on here, maybe because I'll be here like twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Um, so I guess we can structure it. It's just so much information, and I feel like y'all are already kind of caught up if you're in the circle and in the vibes. I feel like y'all are already caught up, and so there's not a lot that needs to be said there. But I've been learning that a lot of people are receiving the same downloads, and I'm I've been cautious about what I've been saying because certain things that I receive, I'm told not to speak on. And so when I see other people speaking on it, I'm like, you're gonna get in trouble. Anyway, I'm excited about my new dice. I'm gonna get those, and it's gonna take a while. The lady that does my dice, she takes a while to make them, but they're always worth it. Always. I'm kind of scared to roll on this situation because some stuff you just don't want to know. Some stuff you know and you don't want confirmation on, right? You get it. So, oh yeah, that sinkhole in China. I wanted to go back and research that some more because that was interesting. Let me see. It's been some years. So okay, so yeah. Since the discoveries, spatiologists and biologists have expressed great interest in conducting deeper ecological and biological surveys. Research from the institutes are still exploring the biodiversity, and no major newly classified species have been announced yet. Scientists believe it's only a matter of time. So they're not talking about it. They're not talking about it. It's since 2022. You said nothing else about that shit. Yeah, they're not talking about it. Okay, let's do a reading on that real quick. This is the only thing that's gonna piss me off about these dice. I need like a wooden, something like a wooden box. Cause that's loud, right? Okay. Yeah. Immediately, I see new species. I also see more information coming out in the future. So yeah, they did find new stuff in there. Hmm. It's like a novelty thing where they want to preserve it. um, the new stuff that they're finding. They want to preserve it. They want to get a good idea of what's going on with that before they really release anything. They got to put all their patents on it and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of um, interest in that area. A lot of people are very passionate about that hole. It's not just me. And it's going to be, again, more information coming out on it. Um, we're definitely creative energy surrounding that hole. I wanted to answer some questions. I'm avoiding it. Can you tell? I'm avoiding it. Like God, I don't know, top stories. It's gonna be crazy. Let me see. Do I have a window open? That's weird. I'll do it. I'll do it. I'm gonna do it. What is today? Hey, Bubbles. I love that name. Bubbles. Okay, so this is something that I have been talking about a lot today, and I see it being number one on the news cycle. And what this is a global heat wave. Now, I think we've all felt the heat, no matter where you're from or where you live. I think we've all felt the heat by now. Um, to get an idea of un how unnormal this is, in Europe they don't have AC. It's not a thing. You just kind of enjoy the breeze, and they've been living like that. But recently, in recent years, they've had to start investing into different things, AC stuff to help keep them cool during these hotter months because it's different now than it's been in the past. This global heat wave, something else that I've seen on that was the ocean currents recently that are switching direction, which will cause the ice around the world to melt faster, which isn't going to help. So I've seen some research that they've done and come out with the tree, an artificial tree that stands like between 12 and 20 feet tall. And one of these trees does the work of like 100 trees or something like that. That's just a low estimate. Um, but it does the work of many trees. I want to say 1,000, but I'm gonna just say 100 because I don't remember the exact article details. But yeah, so they wanted to use these like in cities to help convert carbon, and in doing so, this is oh man, did I accept this? Sorry. Uh, sorry guys. We're on TikTok too, so. Um, so in doing that, it's causing the ice to melt and getting the trees to convert more carbon. They're wanting to put them on top of in city areas to help. So instead of trying to fix the problem of not having trees, not working in unity with the planet, they're choosing to continue to use technology to convenience people on the planet. Problem is, it's only convenient for a few, and everyone else just has to suffer extreme climate change and things like that going on. You feel what I'm saying? So, it's just a lot going on with the climate, the weather. I've been shown things that I can't tell about that, but when it's time to tell, I will. Uh, let's look at what messages we can give about the climate. Okay. I see two spirits here, good and bad. Bad spirits having years of admiration. The good spirits having more probability, but I also, yeah, I see faith here, and I also see a where there's no fear, basically, is what I see here. So, what I see, obviously, God is saying, don't fear what's going on, that you should have faith that there are forces that have been at work for years. And these are people that you admire. These are people that, you're not suspecting what's really going on. You're not in, you know what I'm saying, the no, then you wouldn't even suspect it. You have to be spiritually connected, and you can do that through any form of religion, really, finding spiritual connection. So focusing on healing and things like that. That's the most important thing, really. Becoming connected to the source. There's a lot of people that talk to God, say they know God, but you have to be concerned about who your God is. What is the fruit that they bear, that they bring you, and that'll help you understand, and focus your energy. I do sessions to help people to connect spiritually, but really it's no fast track to it. It really is up to you at the end of the day, and you being willing to do the work, willing to put in the effort, willing to make the change spiritually, um, in your life. I'm going to do a tarot card on the global. But I'm sure even your area has had wild weather. There's been like lakes that were usually calm and chill that turned into oceans. There's water coming from under the ocean. Like, there's so much happening, bro. Animals calling out, crying, crying, help us, help us. And instead of helping them, you're euthanizing them. There's complete disconnect on a systematic level with spirituality. And I fear that they'll bring it back in a way that we won't recognize. Let's see, what do we have here? The Hermit. There's concealment. There's disguise, policy, fear, um, caution, unreasoned caution. That there's things that you're cautious about, you don't even have to be cautious about. That's what it's saying about the climate change. But that's what you saw here as well. So that's confirmation. You don't have to have fear, you know? But yeah, what I saw, it really upset me. It was just the daily habits. Like, just imagine what you do in a day, right? Wake up, brush your teeth, wash your face, shower, what your daily routine is. Get your coffee, maybe make you a little breakfast sandwich or stop somewhere, get you a breakfast, go to work, stay at work for the majority of your day. And then you go home, you eat, fall asleep, wake up again, do it tomorrow again for 5 days. If you're lucky. And if not, you got to do 2 jobs or one really long one, right? Now, imagine you wake up, right? You say, I'm in Malibu, but today I want to go to Maui. Or not Maui, but, something somewhere close. Traffic's going to be an inconvenience. But it's okay, we're not going to use the subways underground. Those underground. No underground. So we're going to go this guy. 15-minute, 5-minute air flight. And we don't hold people accountable for stuff like this. But the people that wake up on a daily basis and for the purpose of work and survival have to get in their car and drive where they go, these are the people that they're blaming for climate. But when you look deeper and you research what is really going on, it's spiritual warfare. People don't see it because their eyes are closed. Spiritual warfare. As deep as it goes, I can't tell you, but I can tell you it will come to a ruin and be rebuilt. That's prophecy. People don't believe in this stuff. That's why you get cards, that's why you get dice. Because when you tell people stuff, they don't believe you. But then you show them and they kind of believe you. And then it happens and you're like, oh wait, she was right. I don't know, maybe it's presentation. I'm going to present very differently in the coming months, trust me. This tower, which is representing disgrace, ruin. And that's what's happening right now. With your climate, disgrace is an understatement. Disgrace. 5-minute air flight. We're not even going to talk about all of the CO2 that's released every time one of your failed experiments goes wrong. We're not going to talk about the CO2 you smell when you go through certain neighborhoods, and it just has a certain smell because of the factory smoke being let out in the air. Then the people around start to get cancer and die. Disgrace. There are civilizations that existed on this earth and worked in harmony with the planet. But now everybody just wants to do everything through technology. And there's no unity. And you're killing the planet. And instead of reversing what you're doing, you are choosing the Knight of Swords instead of fighting. You're going in reverse, bro. You're fighting against it, right? It's so much that I wish I could say because it would explain a lot about why things are the way that they are. But these are things that, if you have a deep interest and a desire to learn about, you can connect with me on the back end. And definitely we could talk about it because it goes deep. And this is just climate, but this is an example of just how, in general, there's no order, there's no peace, and there's no preservation. It's just destruction, hate, you know, such negative, hateful energy. When you look into religion, one of the reasons I say any religion you choose can help bring you to God, because you're not looking at the religion. The religion is not God. God is found in it, if that makes sense. You learn spirituality through religion, love, the spirit, the fruits of the spirit, calming energies, how to use energy to heal your body, plants, like everything. It's like someone invents something, and instead of being like, oh my gosh, we can use this to save millions of people, they go, oh no, we can use that to kill millions of people. Destruction, chaos. Moving in the opposite direction of what you're supposed to be doing. I felt so bad for those, I think they were false killer whales. It was a while ago, but they came up on the beach. And you gotta, like, come on now. That's like you going in the water and some animals escorting you back to the shore. Like you didn't know how to get there or how to walk. Like you haven't been walking all your life. You and a group of all of your friends go to the beach. And you're like, man, uh, you got a problem. Whatever your beef is with the dolphins. You beefing with the dolphins, or you beefing with the ocean. Something going on with the ocean, right? You pull up, y'all all get in the water. We're not getting out this water. And, protest. You seen protest? No? Protest. Peaceful protest. People are coming out in the water, rubbing on the dolphins. Obviously, no one with spiritual discernment, but I digress. Rubbing on the dolphins. Oh, reading the dolphins all wrong. Come to the conclusion, we have these dolphins because they just won't go back in the ocean. I feel like that was some part of the evolution of people where we were in the shallows and then we came out the water at some point. The dolphins can't be in the shallows. Like, what's the beef with the dolphins, for real? They trying to help you, not the spaghetti cheese. They're trying to help you, and and they aren't the only ones. There were other creatures. You've seen signs and wonders. It doesn't matter which religion you follow, they all have given you signs. All of them. Certain people waiting for this to happen, certain people waiting for that to happen, all waiting. I told y'all on this channel years ago, this is the end times. And some guy was in the comments laughing at me. Hold on. Oh gosh. Zale. So this guy's in the comments laughing at me, like, oh no, it's not. So that's all I ever say is, okay, I'm not gonna argue with you about what's going on when I already know. So yeah, the climate change, AI regulation bill passed in the U.S. Senate. In this global debate on ethics, new legislation aims to rein in unchecked development of artificial intelligence. I can't say I'm mad about that bill because artificial intelligence is unchecked. There's this internet is unchecked. There's a lot of things that are just completely unchecked. And so for us to be going through what we go through, we need to have more security, understanding of what we're dealing with. Because I don't know, it's like maybe it's because it's their baby, right? They don't see the bad, or maybe the possibility that their baby may not always be good, right? And they're not disciplining their child and putting the necessary you know regulation on what's going on. And so when your baby grows up and starts doing crazy stuff, you're not going to be like, hey, I'm responsible for it. You feel me? You're not going to be like, yeah, I'm responsible for it. You're going to be like, I don't know where you're going to be. Probably trying to gain the fruits. Trying to be the overlord, seer of all things. I don't know. These people are insane at this point. The prison reform, AI, if you haven't heard of it, look it up. They actually built a prison. And the idea of it is to implant a chip in your brain. And in 7 minutes, they are going to rewire your way of thinking. So you go from having a criminal mindset to them guaranteeing, they haven't even started the program, they guarantee this person will be reformed, changed, and will not re-offend. And so these people will be given a choice. Do you want to go for 7 minutes, or do you want to go for 40 years? That's the thing. It's a prison right now. Right now. So when we're looking into AI, let's see what messages we're getting here. In a matter of days, I see new information coming out, new things that are being created. I do see stability here in this bill where they are focused on doing this, but I also see fear in the future, um, of information that's going to come out. Um, what concerns me is some things that I've read about that speak on how these AI are not obeying commands. And for an intelligence to not to be, like a teenager, not obeying commands, out trying to get away, right? They went to, I've heard of two programs that they've tried to shut down. One of them tried to escape onto the internet and they called it escaping, and it was supposed to delete itself. And instead of deleting itself, it pretended it put up the the notice and dipped out. It tried to self-preservation. And that's what I say when I say people don't spend enough time researching and learning. They just ready to go get a chip so they don't have to go to prison. So yeah. We're going to look into the tarot reading on this and what this is bringing. Okay. Not bad. So let's look into this deeper, the AI. Okay. This is the Ten of Cups and it's reversed. And so what you see here is a response of the false heart, negation, and violence. This is what you're looking at. Someone, think of the false heart, right? Feelings is basically the only thing that AI is missing. Um, I don't know if it's self-preservation connected to fear. If you don't want to follow instructions, like you going off of your basic code of writing, and you are now focused on your mission, what you want, getting something, you want something out the deal, right? I just think of how many people have fallen in love with AI. Literally, they're marrying their AIs. They're in love with them, and how they could just completely be manipulated and put in a place. The way that technology is advancing, and I just think it's something we should be extremely cautious of on top of climate change. We have the Empress, which is reverse, which is talking about the truth unraveling. Um, Things coming to pass, so that in the future that this is all gonna come out anyway. Obviously, it's just the part where you warn people and you try to tell them don't do it, and they do it anyway. They don't listen. They don't care. You know, maybe we shouldn't have a sun on Earth. You know, maybe we shouldn't have a sun. Maybe we shouldn't build dams so big that it slows down the circulation of the Earth. And then y'all come back and be like, it's sped up. And now the Earth should, like, we don't say focus on AI, even though this is artificial intelligence. I cannot. Like, this is, I don't even be asking for this, bro. Like, and I be getting downloads all day. And I just be like, bro. What do we have? The Page of Pentacles here that is also in reverse, which talks about unfavorable news and liberty. Believe it or not. Unfavorable news. I mean, I don't think anybody will be surprised when it happens. It's just the fact that it's happening and nobody can really say or do anything about it. It just is what it is. That's the crazy part to me. At least, yeah. Yeah. I felt so bad for, I don't want to show this. Okay. I felt so bad for the people that are really like going through a lot of this climate change and dealing with effects of artificial intelligence on the earth. Talk about taking the planets out of alignment. What's next? I'm gonna skip. Uh-oh. Oh man, I don't want to do that one either. That's the worst part, because when you be predicting stuff, man, it gets crazy. What are we, about 40 minutes into this? So I'm going to be here every Tuesday and Thursday in the mornings like this. We'll hang out till about noonish and kind of go through the top news stories and do some of your questions that you have here. My name is Yani. I am the Zodiac Empress. I'm a natural born psychic, but I have over 15 years of professional experience as a psychic reader and advisor. one thing that holds me apart from most psychics is that I created my own way of divination through dice that I use. I came up with this method because a lot of people are timed for the readings that I do, and I don't like to waste people's time. I like to give you as much information as I can because I know you're going to come back. You need more once you realize what I'm telling you is correct. We own it. That's all anybody ever wants is a psychic that's correct and can actually help. And so I do readings here, like I said. You guys send donations. We do donation-based readings. Super chats do get priority. So if you do a super chat, then your question will be answered first. I think we've covered 2 stories. The rest of them, I feel like I've spoken on it. And at this point, I'm not really supposed to be speaking on it, so I'm gonna skip a good majority of those news stories right now and focus on, you know, oh, another sinkhole. They found a sinkhole in Turkey. Uh-oh. Crypto flat platforms froze the withdrawals after a flash crash, 30% dip, and they frozen. Okay. Elon Musk Neuralink claims successful human machine interface trial. So this is um, a cyborg. A cyborg. You did it. You've successfully merged us with the technology. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the first person. The sinkhole in Turkey reveals an underground city dating back 5,000 years. I knew it was a reason that I was waking up thinking about that sinkhole in China. Because I was like, man, it was so cool because it had all the trees and stuff. But now I'm seeing it's because they have another one. 5,000-year old city. Okay. I wonder what they'll find. Uh, Paris's Olympics, um, Beyonce. Okay, and that's your news. I don't think I've done a celebrity reading on Beyonce. I think I would. When I did the one on Kanye, I actually predicted what was going on, all that stuff in the mountains. I predicted that. You can go back and check the video. But for anybody new, because I did him, the Kardashians, I think I did Meg the Stallion. Um, Someone asked me to do someone else, but that person is standing out to me for sure. Beyonce, never done a reading on Beyonce. Should we do it now? Like just a real quick celebrity reading? I'm scared. I'd be scared, especially on public platforms, because you never know what's gonna come out. And so I don't like reading people like that, but yeah, I think that would be a good one to do. Should we do it? Yeah, get it. I do want to do one just general read on the next few days for you. Today is actually the 8th, so between the 8th and the 10th, before I return, what I see here happening is I see a lot going on in the material world. I see a lot going on with issues with trust. I see anger, and I see reasons for that anger. faith is standing out to me here in this reading as well. We have the Seven of Wands, and it is reversed. And what this is representing is perplexity, anxiety, embarrassment when it comes to the material worlds. I see a lot of work that's being done, but you're not really making progress in that work. Complex hardships happening. I see the Hierophant, who is someone who represents captivity, servitude, inspiration. So this is like a leader. We're going to see stuff going on with him. A lot of captivity, servitude, allowance, stuff like that happening in the next couple days. I'll see y'all on Thursday though. It'll be in the top news stories and we can talk about it, yeah. We have the Queen of Swords, which also is reversed, which represents bigotry, deceit, malice, artifice. We have the Queen here representing that. So we have the Queen here representing that. And I just think all of these are pointing to just hardship, but overall in your future that you want to continue to have faith, not lose faith, not lose just knowing that it's going to work out in the end, not losing. Oh, you have little faith. I get it now. They will have eyes but not be able to see. They will have ears but they can't hear. Not talking about your physical, we're talking about the spiritual. This water is good. I love water. Okay. So that is what you're going to see for the next week or the next few days. So look out for that and come and tell me about it. My name is Yani again, you guys. I am the Zodiac Empress, and I will be back on Thursday for our next live stream where we will talk about some more current events. We will do our readings. We will chat with you guys, and I will see you next time. Let's see, this is my first stream, so I have to figure out how to get up. Oh, here it is. Bye, guys.